Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today I am going to tell you guys a story about my Verizon experience buying a new iPhone. So, how do I put this? It's the week that the new iPhone 16 came out, I wanted to buy the 15, but then I'm like, 16 is coming out and it's going to be the same price. So I get the 16. I come in on that Saturday and they're like, oh, we don't have any in stock. Like this one employee, he was actually really nice about it. Like while I was ordering it, he's like, oh, it's not in stock, but we can order it and have it shipped here. And so while he's getting that done, I go ahead and just like look around, and this one other employee comes up and he's like, oh, hey, you want to buy this screen protector, case, lens protector, and he tells me a story about how this old lady's phone was saved by camera was saved by the lens protector because her phone fell out of her pocket while motorbiking, and I don't know. And so after that, we're like, all right, sweet, we'll come back when it comes out. And so when it gets here, so we leave, and a few days goes by, my mom calls me and she's like, hey, so the phone came in. I got a notification on my phone saying that it showed up at the Verizon store. I'm like, oh, great. I'll go get it. And so I go in and I go ahead, I present them my iPhone 13. I'm like, hey, so, and it was a different employee. It was a different employee from who was helping me on Saturday. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, so a iPhone 16 came in for me. I got this one. I wanted to trade in for credit towards that. And the guy was like, oh, okay. So it goes to the safe, opens it. And I guess it takes like 10 minutes. So 10 minutes goes by and then it finally opens. He grabs it, comes out. He's like, all right, now I can't sell you this yet. Like he comes out with the phone. It's like, all right, I got it. Sets on the counter. He's like, all right, so I can't sell it to you yet because there's a policy where you have to buy five accessories for your new iPhone 16 during the first week of the new iPhone launch. And I'm like, but last week the guy didn't mention that. When was that a policy? Because like if it was a policy, they would have forced me. They would have like told me that and like told me, hey, you gotta actually buy these accessories in order to get a new phone. It's a bundle thing. I'm like, but like he tells me it has to be a bundle. It has to, and it wasn't a pre-order either. Like I bought it on Saturday, so I don't think it was a pre-order. And so like there I am trying to figure it all out. I'm like, all right, this is kind of stupid. So I go ahead, I call my mom and dad. I'm like, hey, so something weird is going on. The guy told me, and then just what I told you, freaking said I can't buy it unless I buy 5 accessories. But the guy said, oh, but I don't really like that rule, so I'll be nice and sell 2 accessories for you to buy your new iPhone. And I'm just like, so both my parents come down and we talk to the guy. My dad's starting to get kind of ticked. And then like, as we're talking to him, we're like, so last week we buy this phone and it's never mentioned to us that this was a rule, a policy of your store. And so suddenly it's a new policy now and we can't buy the phone, even though we're wanting to spend the money for this. And the guy was like, yeah. And so that's when my dad was like, he was starting to get frustrated. Sorry, this is starting to take me off as I talk about it. My dad says, so you're telling me I can't trust anybody that works here? And he's like, oh, and the employee, and I doubt this was a smart thing to say. Because that just tipped the balance of my trust in that store. You gotta have a second opinion in order to trust what people say around here. Word for word. You need a second opinion to be able to trust employees around here. And that's when we're like, you serious? Are you freaking serious? And so we're talking to him and he said, and that's when he says, but if you come back on Friday, we can sell you the phone and you won't have to buy any accessories because it'll be a week. It'll have been a week from, when the phone launched. And that's when I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to have to wait, because like I'm leaving town. I'm going to Utah for the FanX convention. And so he tells us that and my dad's like, oh, okay. Do we need a second opinion on that? Like that was a partial joke. And as the funny guy as I am, I got the temptation to go behind the counter. Like, here's the counter. This chair is the counter. That's when like the guy's behind there, and that's when I wanted to go behind and just be like, I second that. I can tell you that it'll be here on Friday. Just as a joke, but then I didn't because not a good moment. So we go to the parking lot. I find out I can buy it from Best Buy, and that's when we decide. That's when we came up with a plan. When I head down to FanX, we go. So the next day, Thursday, we head up to Salt Lake City for FanX. I go there, and then after me and my roommate finished up doing fun things at FanX, we quickly ran to Best Buy near my grandma's house, and I guess I guess the system that they use for activating the iPhones wasn't working, so they're like, just come right in the morning, we'll get you the phone sold. And it was the last one in stock, the one that I wanted, the one that I have. And so we're like, oh, okay. So we go to my grandma's place next morning, 10 a.m. We go there, and we tried to order the phone, and they were like, oh, okay. So they tried scanning it, but then our Verizon account flagged it. Because apparently when they ordered the phone, they put under our account under my number. And so we have to call Verizon to ask them to take that phone off our account. And we're like talking to somebody at big HQ of Verizon. And she, like, for an hour, she talked to my mom, being as helpful as she could. And then that's when she drops this on us, saying I tried everything I could, but in order for it to be canceled, you have to go in store where you bought it. And luckily, my sister Emily, thank you Emily, she we called her, and she's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and get that canceled. So that same day, like, it was taking too long, and me and my roommate wanted to go to FanX. We head to FanX, and during that time we were there, Emily goes in, gets it canceled, and then my mom goes back to Best Buy and buys it for me. And I wanted to open the box, so they didn't. Thank you, Best Buy. You're the best. And so after FanX, we get picked up. We go to my grandma's. I get the phone, get it set up, get everything transferred. And I finally got my phone, and it took a literal whole week. I mean, seriously, guys. I mean, like, dead on serious. Why? Verizon, why? It could have been so easy. You guys had it on the counter, but your employee, I bet this wasn't a policy. I bet it was not a policy, but just a stubborn brat trying to screw me over by getting more cash out of my wallet. I mean, I only get paid $14.50 an hour. I know that's a lot of money, but it's like, I'm paying rent. I pay $200 a month, along with roughly $50, depending on how much electricity I use. It's like, oh my gosh, this is sort of just like a story that my dad told me, like, as like my dad joined me at FanX for one day on Friday. It was the same day where I was getting that set up, and my dad was just telling me, listen here, Teague, please, listen here, Teague, tell everybody about this story, everybody because right there, that company is screwing us over. And I'm like, well, I mean, customer service wise, yes. My dad's like, yeah, with customer service is screwing us over. The phone plan is pretty good. And like the phone plan, Verizon's phone plan, I think is great. Like, currently, like, I get really good service with where I live. And it's a good plan too. It's just the customer service, they just make it so much harder than it needs to. Like, I go to Best Buy, and they just handed me the phone after we bought it. They just handed me the phone while with Verizon. Oh, no. More money, please. More. Not $1,400, $2,000. Why? It just, I wanted to get as soon as I could, because it supposedly better camera, and for the last few years I've had like a phone with like the downgraded camera, and I was like, probably not that much of a change difference, but when it comes to zooming in, it's better. And Yeah, guys, I beg of you, before I end this video, go ahead. First of all, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my ranting, and press that share button and send it to everybody you know, even the ones that has Verizon as a carrier for their phones. I think everybody needs to know about this experience, because if people are going to get screwed over by Verizon employees, because I understand, like, when it comes to retail, if you convince people to buy something, you get more cash. I know that's probably what the guy was doing, but the way he was like forcing it on me, I just didn't like it. And the fact that I had to go to Best Buy to get the new phone is kind of ridiculous. Anyways, that's it for now. 11-minute video. Thank you all for listening to me rant. Hit subscribe, like the video, share the video. I beg of you, share this video. And Verizon, I will be tagging you to this video. I will tag you on this video. I'm going to have your YouTube channel tagged on here. I'm going to post a link of this video on Twitter and tag your Twitter account. That way you know about this, because I really do think that it was just beyond unprofessional with how I had to go through to get a new phone. And if it was a policy, well, I'm sorry for saying it was a dumb policy, but it is kind of a dumb policy. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thanks for, like, subscribe, share the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.